Cast a line, the water's fine, adventure calls in every shine. Thinkum, dinkum, let's set sail, we'll be our fishing, never fail. Catch a big one, reel it in. In this world we're bound to win. Fish are jumping, skies are blue. In our boat, it's just us two. Thinkum, dinkum, time to play. Reel them in and seize the day. Every catch a new surprise. Adventures right before our eyes. Underneath the surface deep, secrets of the water keep. Treasure hunts in every bend, journeys that will never end. Thinkum, dinkum, feel the thrill. Every cast a wish to fill. Ride the wave, this is our spree. Real VR, the place to be. Thinkum, dinkum, time to play. Reel them in and seize the day. Every catch a new surprise. Adventures right before our eyes. Underneath the surface deep, secrets of the water keep. Treasure hunts in every bend, journeys that will never end. Thinkum, dinkum, feel the thrill. Every cast a wish to fill. Ride the wave, this is our spree. Real VR, the place to be. Thinkum, dinkum, time to play. Reel them in and seize the day. Every catch a new surprise. Adventures right before our eyes. Cast a line, the water's fine. Adventure calls in every shine. Thinkum, dinkum, let's set sail. We'll be our fishing, never fail. Catch a big one, reel it in. In this world we're bound to win. Fish are jumping, skies are blue. In our boat, it's...
Hey everybody. We don't have audio. We're back. Gotta switch it up.
Cast a line, the water's fine. Adventure calls in every shine. Thinkum, dinkum, let's set sail. We'll be our fishing, never fail. Catch a big one, reel it in. In this world we're bound to win. Fish are jumping, skies are blue. In our boat, it's just us two. Thinkum, dinkum, time to play. Reel them in and seize the day. Every catch a...
Hey. Well, you know what? I forgot. Let me see.
Cast a line, the water's fine. Adventure calls in every shine. Thinkum, dinkum, let's set sail. We'll be our fishing, never fail. Catch a big one, reel it in. In this world we're bound to win. Fish are jumping, skies are blue. In our boat, it's just us two. Thinkum, dinkum, time to play. Reel them in and seize the day. Every catch...
So I think I have it. Let's see. Okay, that should be it. That should be it. Let's go fishing. Oh, I forgot to pull up the chat. Chance, happy birthday tomorrow. Chance is having a birthday tomorrow. I just saw that in the chat before I pulled it up. Happy birthday, buddy. Let's see. Are you getting anything good for your birthday? Do you know? Hope so. Here we go. Chance. Happy birthday. No agenda for tonight. Just gonna fish, find some people fishing, fish with them, or set up our own room and people can fish with us. Nothing specific. You're excited? Everything's a surprise. Well, that's cool. What do you want for your birthday? Hello.
I mean, he popped me. What's up, Thinkum? Yeah, he popped me right off the bat, and I was like, damn it. And he looked large when he came up and snatched it, and he looked real large whenever he took off.
Rust is a really good game. I enjoy that game. I used to play it a long time ago on PC. But yeah, it's a fun game. It's changed a lot since I played it though. It's a lot more about PvP, less about this. I mean, I guess it depends on what server you get on, but it seems like it's less about like building and things like that and survival. But still about survival, anyway.
Something else I was doing was I was fishing on top, so I could get just a little bit extra line out there. I don't know if it matters, but to me, it made me feel like I was getting that extra little bit of line out there, you know?
Yeah, I don't know if that, how much difference that makes or not.
We're talking a few feet, but still, if it is actually coming into play, you know?
Yeah.
But
I don't know, because if you're set deep float fishing, you can cast out 300. You know, get that fish way at the edge of the fish finder.
I don't know if I could teach you. It's been a long time since I've played. And I don't even have it on my computer anymore. I'd have to download it.
I posted it.
And I would be probably horrible at it. I've only played it a few times. But
just to see if I
you'd probably do better learning from a YouTube video, because that's what I would be doing.
Jump on board and try that. And Rick Thomas, he immediately jumped on and chimed in and tagged Bad Animal.
He was online tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, he tagged Steven. See if Steven wanted to play that game.
What game is that?
Catching sharks with sea rod and reels.
Oh, yeah, that sounds like that sounds interesting. I guess you can do it, huh? You just have to be perfect every time? Or is it even possible?
No,
It's possible. It's possible. I've caught a mako and I've caught a couple of hammerheads like that. I don't know if I'd try to, I mean, I guess I would try to catch a mega mouth. But it shouldn't be that much harder than trying to catch one on normal mode with an A-rod, right?
Yeah, I don't know. It's probably.
And the problem is you just got to find that bait fish that's close enough to reach with your seed gear.
Well, that yeah, I guess that's true. I forget the sea gear doesn't cast for anything.
100 meters or 100 feet, whatever it is, 100 feet. Yeah. And then the B is 200 and the C is 300. So
You have to have a big boundary and walk out of it.
yeah.
Except you can't cast if you get too far out of your boundary.
No, no.
But you
And
can turn your boundary off. You can
you
turn
better
your
start
boundary off.
rolling it in it. Might as well go noodle at that point.
Yeah, if you turn it off, you can only go so far from your pole
Yeah, yeah.
before you can't cast.
Yeah, you gotta walk all the way back, and yeah, you gotta find that medium.
You can't get it. You can only go so far from it, and then you
Yeah.
still get the cast.
Yeah. And then when you catch a fish,
I'll
you
be on
gotta walk
tomorrow.
all the way back to the fish tile.
I'll be on tomorrow for sure.
That one looks promising. Like it be a damn wahoo. Fixing to fight a wahoo on a sea reel.
There you
Be about like fighting a mako.
go. Closer to a goblin.
Yeah. Yeah, as fast as
Some
he's
people
running.
have trouble with a goblin. If you can catch a goblin, you should be able to catch a goblin.
Yeah. I'll tell you one of the sharks that gave me the most fits was that damn saw shark right off the bat.
Oh man, he
That's
does some
fat.
running.
Yeah. And jumps halfway across the screen.
Yeah, when he first come out there, they had some glitches where he jumped even further and higher. It was hilarious to see how high he would go.
Yeah.
They had a glitch back then where the makos would jump like higher than the cliffs over here on the left.
Hmm.
And there was a glitch with them, but
Yeah.
got that one fixed.
Alright, see if I can't reel in just a hair. Get this thing to follow me up a little bit. Oh, it's a rooster.
That shouldn't be too bad.
Nah.
Probably the quickest, easiest 2021.
I just lost him. Being an idiot. No, I caught a couple of Warsaws and Goliaths over at Daytona too.
Yeah, they're pretty slow moving.
Yeah.
Keep it easier.
Yeah. So is Dan content with taking second this month?
Apparently, I'm gonna still call it Flexine because I used came in Vic and Trisha's room and had told them that Dan was gonna let her pass, take second, so she was gonna get back to third. But I don't think that's the case.
He was crying about how nobody was fishing and being a competition for him, and he was wanting like 7th or 8th place or some shit like that.
There's people.
But he's so addicted to fishing that he can't stop fishing. So And I told him, I'm like, man, why don't you just turn the internet off? That way you're not fishing for the season then, if you want to fish saltwater.
Yeah, I think that the wanting eighth was the rumor that make me fish slower,
Yeah,
and it didn't work. So now Lexine can put more points on per hour than him, and puts the time in. So I
yeah.
think it's just I gotta watch her, make sure she don't. I mean, I still got a nice lead, but make sure I keep it. She's putting more
Yeah.
points on a day than he is right now.
He's
should
wanting people to
Try
pass
to
him
drop
up.
back.
Yeah, he's trying to. And all he literally has to do is just shut the internet off and
Yeah,
fish offline.
I don't think he's trying to. He's gonna take what he can get because he couldn't get first. You know?
He said he was wanting like 7th or 8th place.
Yeah, he told Teaster that too, 4th or 8th,
I
because
do have
Yeah,
other games on
yeah.
VR.
he was messaging.
I played that mini
Easter
golf.
when
I
I was
played several
fishing.
games on VR.
Trying
I
to
have Golf Plus, mini
Trying to get
golf. Those are the main ones. Demio. Those are the
Yeah,
main
yeah,
ones that I
that's
play.
it.
Play the fishing game mostly though.
asking him was his browser, or I mean, when the meta scoreboard went down, he was asking him, was his
Yeah, he-
working? How many points did Mark has? Because he couldn't see my points. I mean,
Yeah.
if
He put.
if he was really trying to do 8, he wouldn't be worried about what my points were.
Yeah, I was fishing with. I fished with Grace for about 10 minutes the other day. Her and Rad Chick. And he popped in. And when they all got to talking about some other game,
No,
I
I
just got
don't
to where I
really
couldn't
play any
handle it anymore.
shooters.
I had to leave.
Tried one or two. I found a good
I
one.
can
I'd
only
probably
handle so
play.
much of them, you know.
Yeah, so I stopped.
I have a hard
fishing.
time like aiming the shooters because
Almost zero.
I don't know. I'm kind of a stickler for aiming. I shoot in real life, so I kind of want it to be a little bit more like
Oh,
that, and
yeah.
it's hard with just these controllers like they are. At least for me. I probably need to get
Like
one of
you
those,
hear
like a
still.
gun rig or whatever, to make it more like the real thing.
Not first
Maybe
time
I'd like it then.
Yeah.
But I also get like moving around and stuff.
David
Like I
came
have
and
to
fished
jump
with me
around
for a
because
while.
I'll get motion sick.
You did?
Oh, Kathy?
I get motion sickness.
Oh, Kathy 5555.
Yeah.
He didn't delete the game.
No.
He said he was gonna quit the game in there. I'm just gonna quit playing.
He's not far from you.
What do you mean? Oh,
He lives real close to you down there in Lower Michigan.
Michigan's pretty big.
Do what?
I said Michigan's pretty big. Even lower.
Well, y'all have a town like called Ferndale or something?
That's where he's from.
Yep.
I should have known it. Take it, you know about Ferndale.
No, it's
Huh?
just funny because you act like it's like they're the guys that would come and steal all the girls from your high school or something, you know?
No, Ferndale's a thing that's like San Francisco.
Yeah.
But,
Oh, got it. Okay.
It's a happy
I
town.
should have said that to see, but
It's a happy town. It's like Grinnell, Iowa.
it's a well for one, it's known for the gay community, and two,
Yeah.
it's always been like a spoiled rich kid neighborhood. A suburb out, it's right out of Detroit. It's a lot further
Yeah.
than I am. It's probably maybe 60, 70 miles from me.
Yeah, about an hour from you. Yeah. Y'all are neighbors. Y'all can go. You can go fix his windshield.
I don't go to Ferndale.
You can go fix his. Hey. You can go put some glass in his hole.
This has got a wife. This
Oh,
has got a
jeez.
wife, so
Yeah. Yeah, he's married to Kathy. You can go put glass in her hole too.
Yeah, but Kathy, is that a... Nowadays, you don't know if that's a man or a woman.
No.
I ain't being nice. I know that. Hey, I'm not here to be nice.
Here to fish.
Here to have some fun.
Here to get the
Yeah.
megalodon.
You know how there's people doing... Even one of them used the word, I'll quote, scientific research to get
Oh, yeah.
fish.
Yeah. Every 50.
Else may be a thing for my own scientific data. Hope it gets posted tomorrow. My scientific data for getting bigger fish.
Yeah.
What is that data?
AI took a Bandito at a chalkboard with all these formulas written on it. And then it says something
There you go.
about kick 50 people out of your room and catch a bigger fish.
Oh,
Hey, it's funny, I used to joke when you get the fish sharks. You get the obnoxious kids in, kick one. Next thing you know, it seemed like you got a big fish. I thought maybe there's something to that. You know, we practice that scientific data. I'm gonna name the room scientific research.
Maybe
I'm not
what
worried
you
about the
need to
cold either.
look at is where I have only caught maybe 7 or 8 of those butterfly perch, whatever they are.
Oh yeah,
Let's see, let's see here. Let me
did
pull
you
up
get a
the.
good one of them already?
Oh yeah.
I had like, I only caught like, I don't know, 3 or 4. And when I went, I don't know how many people looked at the board, but I don't know how big they get. I had like a 35.
I've got a
And it was,
35 558, and that was number 10.
mine must be around down there because I had a 35 something. I didn't take no pictures. And it was number 5 when I looked, but I'm sure more people, because I only fished it for a little bit. And then we caught maybe 3 to 5 of each fish, and it was time for my dinner, and I couldn't feel the salt water after that.
Yeah, because let's see here.
I'll
Let me go.
be checking it out more toward the end of the month in the last couple days when I'm comfortable on my lead. I'll sit there. That room's too dark for me though.
You know, after you're in there for a while, like, I don't know if they lighten it up, but it definitely looks lighter. And I've heard a lot of people say that. Like, it's dark when you first get in there, but after a while, it seems
it
like it
seemed-
really lightens
It
it.
seemed too dark for me.
Maybe your eyes get used to it, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, because there's a couple in Korea that are pretty dark too, but not that dark.
So,
The one that takes my eyes getting used to is the one in France, the Vic's
I mean, I
Pond.
could see good in it. It's just I looked up that location, Googled it. I said, that's a beautiful spot to be.
my wreck fish, the
Why
one
they
that's
did a
number
night
1.
one, or you could have did a sunset or something one that would have been more scenic. I mean,
Yeah.
I know sometimes they try to get the night fishing in, and usually I like the darker maps. They're easier on the eyes. That one seemed dark, but you know, with the fire behind you, clary, with the tents behind them.
So I need to send this to Miss Scientific Expert.
Who said it was a miss?
Oh, my bad, my bad.
Oh no,
Mister.
I was like, did I
Question
say
mark?
miss? I didn't think I said that.
Oh, okay. So that my number 1 wreck fish was my 3rd fish that I caught.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah.
So the 52, a big one.
Oh yeah. I'm at like 80 right now. Still haven't got a big one.
We're saying it's every 40 or 50, you'll get a big one, give or take 20 fish.
Yeah.
That's a pretty big. That's a pretty big band there, you know. Like, you're talking 40 fish either side of 50. Well, I mean,
how about
20
they
fish
come up-
either side of 50.
about
So
they
that's a
come up
40 fish
randomly?
40 fish range.
Yeah. 30 to 70.
I'm sure there's something with the algorithm because you don't catch big ones all the time, but sometimes you'll get on a run. Like I fished in here, I think it was the day after the Wahoo was fishing today, and I caught 2 personal bests that day, and I've got like
Yeah.
1,600 Wahoos, and I got 2 of them almost back to back. I think there's one other Wahoo between them. They were both like 102s.
So I'm sure they have it like
You know,
on.
first one surprised me, and then a couple fish later get another one, another personal best. And I think, that's crazy. It's like, well, there goes your every 40 fish or so method.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's a logarithmic function, and they're probably very similar, all the different fish, because, but what they can do is adjust it based on, you know, so basically your odds of getting a bigger and bigger fish get less and less. But you can probably adjust whatever the inputs are for it so that they can, you know,
Well,
make certain fish less likely or less whatever to get bigger fish. I don't know if they do that or not. It doesn't seem like it. It seems like kind of all the fish are
well,
about on the
here's the
standard,
thing.
which would make the 50 fish thing
The
somewhat likely.
bigger your personal best, the less likely you are to get another personal best, right? Or the less often you'll get another personal best. So all these common fish that are on a small end, there's a lot more of those populated than there are of the giant fish. So there might only be like maybe a quarter of a percent that's that number one, right? The number one in the game.
Now
And Mark can tell you how many times or how many fish did you wait between tying your personal best over on the ponytail?
Oh, I tied by inches the number 1, but it's 0.02 of a centimeter smaller at number 9,500, and I did it a second time at 11,500 fish, and now I'm at over 21,500 and hadn't had another one.
Well, yeah, I mean that's the whole thing with the logarithmic function is the further you go on
And
that
then
on that log is
They go that
the less.
17,913. So does the mountain whitefish. I've got over
Uh,
22,500 mountain whitefish, and I've never hit the 17,913 on that.
And I had like 300 of them when I got mine
Yeah,
at the 913.
yeah. Adam used to be, Fluke Your Fishy. I don't remember if he was that when you started fishing or not, but fished with him over there. He got one like when the first 500.
Yeah, that's what mine was.
He
That was
got
like
his
number
before
3
me.
or so. Yeah.
And mine's still like, I think, unless somebody's caught another one, it's like number 8 on the leaderboard.
On the oh, here we are. We're going to go Mako with a sea rod, and he ran me out of line. I didn't even touch the reel. He just took off with it and ran me out of line. He ran way beyond where I caught that fish. Yep. It's hard to do.
All right, bud.
You literally have
good night.
to
Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow.
be
Most
around
likely,
that
like if something happens, then I won't, but I'll be around.
60, 70 foot mark when you hook your fish. So he can, that shark can take you back a little bit beyond where you caught that one. Oh, hell. Y'all have a good night. I'm going to go to bed.
All
Y'all
right.
be good.
Good night.
See you later.
Yeah, y'all be good.
Yeah, I don't play around trying to catch them on an A-rod. A B-rod's okay. It's got a little more room he can run, but
Yeah. That sounds like it sounds like a fun
yeah.
a fun
They just
challenge.
tell me they got the hammerhead on it. I was like, your hammerhead's not a fighter either. He's big, slow, and sluggish.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Go see the pink tiger with it,
Yeah.
or you know, a tiger shark, right? Yeah. What's that one? I forget the. There's one in Japan that's not an attack shark. It's just fast, back and forth, back and forth. The one that has like human teeth.
The
What it-
frilled shark?
yeah,
maybe? 'Cause you got the frilled shark
yeah, the frill. That's the one.
there, and I think there's another one there or not. I think that might be the only one in Japan. That's not other than this, you got the saw shark too. That's an epic.
That's right. Yeah, yeah. I was talking about the frilled shark for sure.
He's crazy too. I like that fish.
Yeah, I don't know. He's the human teeth kind of sketch me out. It's like, oh. The first time I saw it, I was like, why does the shark have human teeth? Still, it just sketches me out. I'm just like, oh.
Yeah, it's like that.
I need to go look at a picture of it and see.
Some of the sheephead too, with Asian sheephead wrasse.
Oh yeah, that thing is, yeah, that thing is.
Fish like a human. A lot of sheephead too. Which is why they made this one with the pointy teeth. The California one.
They made it look what?
The California sheephead here has got little pointy teeth. It don't
Oh,
like if somebody filed all their teeth.
yeah.
You know, it's like I've never. I didn't know they had teeth like that. I guess because I thought most of the sheephead had the almost human teeth. That look like a sheep that's raising out the coral and the algae and stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it definitely does have sharp teeth. So in real life, they're more like the human teeth. Is that
That's what I had heard.
okay?
Thought I seen pictures before.
Yeah, I'm not that familiar. I just think it's funny how they changed and made a kokanee salmon. It actually looks like a what you call it, salmon.
I gotta turn you up on that.
Oh, sorry.
I'm sitting nearer to the furnace than I usually do. So I have to, when it kicks on, I gotta turn people up.
Oh, got it.
And that blower kicks on. They're not hearing it.
Makes sense. So how's first place going? Pretty easy this month, is that? I mean, it seems like you're seems like you're holding in there pretty solidly.
Sometimes I make it harder on myself. I think people are coming up, so I work hard to maintain a more comfortable lead.
Yeah.
I don't like to let it get close. Usually like to stay up a good 10,000 ahead.
That's tough when people are gunning for you.
Yeah, and like J-Matt was saying, well, he said they're not doing it. They're not coming for you. I was like, yeah, I'm cool.
Oh, believe me,
That's the people.
if they see an opportunity, they will be there before you could blink an eye.
Yeah.
I've learned
Marie.
very early that there are some very, very competitive people in this game, which is, you know, not a bad thing. I'm not complaining about it.
And there's one said, I'll tell you, I'm not going to fish. And then they do. It's like, yeah, I don't believe that ever. You know, Dan, who was in number 2, now he's in 3rd place. Sent messages to people that he's not trying to go for it. I've seen you do that before. Send messages to people not go for it, and then stay up day and night to pass them up and move up 1 place. You know, from like 6th to 5th. I told a good friend, me and him and another guy used to fish together all the time. He told me, "Oh, no, I'm not moving up. I just want 6. I don't want 5th." He stayed up that evening and all night, put 4,000 points on, and passed him, or put 4,000 points up on the other guy. So I told him I didn't trust him to start with.
Oh, heck no! I don't trust anybody like that. Yeah, I'm comfortable where I'm at. I need, I've heard the excuse of, I really only just need this one medal. I've got them all. I'm not. Listen, if you have an opportunity, you're gonna take it.
Yeah, I did last month. I needed the 4th place one to complete the set,
Uh-huh.
and I stayed there. And I could have went up more, but the 4th was good. Trying to stay behind 5th and ahead of, behind 3rd and ahead of 5th is hard to do.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it's easier just to go for it. When I first met Dan, that's at OU. We were fishing freshwater against each other, and we leapfrogged for maybe 6 or 7 days, and then I got a little more ahead of him.
Uh-huh.
And he was at 33,000. He came in my room. He said, "I can't do it. You can have first." And then he left. I told the other guys fishing, I don't trust him. Yeah, it's like he'd be the kind that would just go for it. So I fished my butt off that day, and then he quit fishing.
I
He
mean,
dropped right out of 10th place, or right out of 10th, the top 10, and then he told people that I ruined his only chance to get a gold medal. It was my gold medal. Sorry. He's got him since then, but he's got sore feelings against me for it, and he likes to try to run me down behind the back of other people.
got it.
Just the name calling thing and stuff. And I was like, I don't get into that. I just stay away from that drama.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But somehow it always comes back because you know so many people.
Yeah, I'm starting to pick up on some of the drama here and there once in a while, but I stay out of it. I don't play this game enough to get into.
Sometimes my wife's got is thing 1 and thing 2.
Uh-huh.
Thing 2, Vicky's, that's my wife. She fishes with Trish all the time.
Oh, okay.
They hear all their stuff too, from different people, and it's like a soap opera in here.
Okay. No, I didn't
Yes,
know
I
that
know.
Vicky was your wife. Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's cool.
yeah. She's not retired. She retires this year, but she loved to fish the sharks and stuff too for the board. And matter of fact, she found this game. We only had one headset.
Uh-huh.
She found this game, and I bet it wasn't a week after finding it, I had to order a second headset. So you both could
Wow,
fish.
that's
We'd get home from work and one headset. If I got home before and fished for an hour, we didn't have batteries. They'd have to charge up again before she could fish.
yep.
So I had to try to be fair. It had to be fair with it. And then we ended up getting batteries for them. And then the 3s came out, so we switched to those. And did the headsets with the batteries, so we don't have the problem of having to be plugged in.
Yeah, I just use we have phone batteries that are like fast charging or whatever. So I just run a cable down from the side. I have like the little Velcro things to keep it on the side of my head, and then I just put it in my pocket. It works for me. Because I didn't, I bought the head strap or whatever. I didn't even think about getting one with a battery on it. And I like this one because the batteries are lighter and it doesn't put so much weight on my head. So.
Yeah. When we had the 2s, there was a pouch that snapped onto the back of the headset and with that battery in it. And it made it kind of like a nice counterweight, so it didn't feel like it was tipping you forward. So when we looked into other ones, I talked to a lot of people, and they seem to like the Bobo, the S head strap. It's got a little fan even in blows on your forehead if you want it to. Turn it on and off and turn it up and down.
Yeah.
Keeps it from fogging up so easy, but it's got the magnetic battery on it. Don't just drop it onto the charger, pick it up and drop it onto the headset.
Oh, that's really nice.
And they give you about a 2-hour extra run with that battery. So. But every now and then, and it did it to me tonight, I had a battery on there, and after an hour, it chirped to low headset. I'm like, what? Sometimes after I start up, I need to take the battery off and put it back on. It's like it doesn't start it
Ah,
in the charging mode to the headset. You know, you got to remember to look at you know, when you click the Oculus button where you see your battery, it's
Yep.
got to have the lightning bolt in it. If it's
yep.
don't have a lightning bolt, you need to unclip the battery.
Well, I get,
Do it tonight.
you know, I have, in order to get the best quality video, I like hook to my PC and capture the video directly through the USB-C cable. But like they don't make, it's bad because anytime that I do that, I can't do it for a long time because my battery will, you know, it doesn't, I mean, it goes slower. It's charging a little bit. It's not as fast as if you're just playing with no charging, which would be like 2 hours.
Yeah, I've been playing back down for another hour, and I went from 15% to 16, and then the battery I'll chirp 3 times when it's down to 3%. So
Oh, wow.
switch it and get another one.
Oh, see,
Yeah, I've seen your videos there on Docs with the singing and stuff. I thought that was great.
oh, thanks. Yeah, it's all AI.
Loved it with the words in it. I started thinking, how do you get the words in there? So there must be. And I remember seeing apps on the phone and on the iPad where you can make your pictures, they make your photographs sing. I said, no, maybe that's how, or something similar.
No, I just had AI like do pictures and like so I've made a couple of them. The one that was Doc's Daily Derbies or whatever. I just told it
Yeah.
what I mean. So I use ChatGPT for like my videos, like the description of my videos and stuff, and I say, hey, here's the description of the game. Here's what we're doing. You know, if we're doing anything like weird, please give me because I'm not very creative to come up with titles all the time and different descriptions, and so it like types all that stuff up for me. And so because it knew that, then I said, hey, we have this Doc's Daily Derbies. They do contests. Start giving me some pictures. And then I was like, okay, well, you know, somebody had said something. So I work with like AI and stuff. I build AI apps. But so then I said, all right, well, compose me a song, you know. So it gave me all the lyrics, and then I took it to a different AI and had it put the lyrics to music. It was pretty cool.
That's pretty
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, I sure liked it.
Yeah, I did.
Is that a lot of work, or
I mean, it's not, I mean, I have to put everything into a video, right? So I have to take the audio, put it into a video. I put, you know, and then I create a bunch of images and collect all those, put them in a video and kind of put them in some sort of order, random order maybe. And then, yeah, that's kind of it. And so it's not super difficult, you know, like, I mean, it's as difficult as you make it, because you could, in the past, and sometimes I get really, like, anal retentive about it, right? Where I'm just like, okay, it's not good enough. But at times I just have to tell myself, okay, it'll never be good enough for you. You'll never release it. Nobody will ever see it if you wait until it's good enough for you. So when would other people consider it good enough? And I have to let things go then. So,
yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
The first one, I mean, I liked them both, but that first one I really liked.
yeah, the first one was really good. I did one today that was kind of, again, it was about, I think it was better than the first one for the mega whatever. It was like, hey, it's day 3. You better get out there and get on it. You know, that kind of thing. So
I like to catch that one. I didn't see the third one. Then again, a lot of times I jump in and I go fishing.
Yep.
When I'm doing leaderboards, so I tend to miss things.
I was working
I
with
wait till somebody else tells me about it, and then I go look for it.
I was working with what is it? Vicky's Thing 2, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was working with
Thing one.
Thing 1. She was the one that generated all the images for this latest one. Which was, I wouldn't have gotten it done had she not done that kind of stuff, because I was working all day. Trying to work.
Trying to work. Yeah, that work thing will spoil your fun sometimes.
You know, I hate it, but you know, making videos for a YouTube game, you know, it doesn't pay the bills. For a you know, making YouTube videos and making videos and stuff for a online game or a VR game, not paying the bills right now. So until then. No.
Until then, you still got to work. Huh?
Yeah. But I like what I do, so
That's always
yeah. Obviously, I mentioned I work with AI, I build software for AI software.
yeah. What you said before you. I think I was a few generations too early for that stuff.
Well, I mean, I'm not a spring chicken, but I mean, the AI's been going since the 50s. It's just it gained a lot of traction when ChatGPT came out. Gained a lot of traction. So now companies are putting a lot of money into it, which is making it go even faster. It's kind of like, you know, a lot of people are calling it like the next, you know, you had the information revolution, you had the industrial revolution, you know, kind of calling it the AI evolution, starting to call it now, yeah. And who knows where we're going to be in a few years.
Yeah, I see some of these tech show pictures of the robots and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
When I was a kid, the robot was lost in space as one. You didn't see stuff like that, like you do
Oops.
now.
It looks like the fish swam away without giving you a chance. If
That
you
would have been a science fiction movie.
Lost in Space? I think I've seen it though. Lost in Space.
It used to be all black and white even before
Okay.
before it was color.
No, I don't remember that.
Early 60s, and
I'm trying to think. Oh man, what was the
waving its arms around.
what was the
Danger,
TV show
danger.
where they? Is it Land of the Lost? Lost in Space. It just reminded me of that TV show because they both have Lost in them. So that's the one where they like went back in
Lost was
time and
dinosaurs.
with dinosaurs, right? I used to love
Yeah.
that show when I was a kid.
Lost in space. They were on I don't know, some kind of a space mission, and they end up lost and couldn't find the Earth back.
They made a remake of that, I think.
Yeah, they did. Not too long
Yeah.
ago. I don't know if it was just a movie or if they ran a little series.
I think it was like a Netflix series, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I see it there. They used to be like prime time,
Yeah,
like a Wednesday night or something at 8 o'clock. You know, it was a little half-hour show or hour show.
yeah.
You know, like a weekly series. You know, it'd come out weekly.
Yeah, I never watched that show, obviously, but I definitely watched the Netflix one. I think we watched a few episodes of it, but I don't know.
Yeah, this would have been late, well, maybe mid to late 60s or
Okay.
into the early 70s.
Yeah, before my time. I was born mid '70s, so definitely before my time.
Yeah, I was born in 1960s. So.
Okay. So you're the very first Gen X, I guess. What would they say? Gen X was 60 to 80, or was that
It's still baby boomers.
baby boomers? Okay.
Yeah, till I think that was like mid to later 60s. I'd have to look again.
Either way, you probably have a lot in common with a lot of the baby boomers, just because the year, you know. So.
was telling somebody the other day, I remember I was like, I don't know, 13 or 14. We got our first color TV. And we turned it on there. It was a Saturday afternoon. I'm trying to think of his name. It was a Saturday afternoon movie that had a host came out. He'd talk, and during a commercial he'd talk. But Godzilla was on. And it was the first time, see him breathing the fire and stuff on the color TV. Yes, we had seen him in black and white before, but just to see the color, that we were, amazed at that.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. I mean, we had color TV, but like my grandpa and grandma gave me, I think when I was like 7 or 8, my brother and I, their old black and white TV, because they had just gotten a color TV. And it was a little small thing to put in our bedroom so that we could go in our bedroom and watch TV when my parents had people over, that kids should be out of the room, that kind of thing.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I remember as being little, I remember my grandpa always having color TV, but he worked for Detroit Edison, and they got crazy. Edison got crazy discounts on any electrical products.
Oh wow.
So my mom was still living at home. They had the only color TV on the block. Everybody thought they were rich. He just, it was a perk that went with the job.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Yep.
And that would have been in the 40s, late 40s, early 50s.
Okay.
To have a color TV.
Oh yeah, that would have been huge. That would have been big back then. You have a color TV?
I watched some of these shows from World War II and around World War II time and stuff, and here all I had was radio, and it's like, that's just hard to imagine.
Yeah, very much so.
The technology changes we've had.
Well, I did,
in the last
when I was like in high
100
school,
years.
when I was in high school, my great grandmother was still alive, and maybe it was middle school, and I did like an interview with her, and she had been born like 1885 or 1890, and she was telling me that way back when I was growing up, we didn't have a refrigerator. We had everything in a cellar, and like there was no. I was like, what?
That was mine. They get the Iceman would come around. They put that block ice in there. That's my mom and dad always called it an ice box.
Yep.
And that's why I call it ice box. So people are like, it's not an ice box. It's a refrigerator. It's like,
Yeah.
grew up calling it an ice box.
Yep.
And
Yeah, everybody, like all my grandparents and everybody, they call it an icebox. Go put that in the icebox.
Grandma talks about, I think she passed in about 68.
Okay.
But she remembers coming on a wooden ship from England
Oh, wow.
when she was
Wow.
5 or 6 years old. I was like, that's crazy. I mean, I don't know if they were steamers that were still wooden
Mhm.
or if it was sails, but then there was a joke thing around. They'd be telling us kids, yeah, Grandma came on, great came on the Mayflower. No, she didn't. That was way far before that. But they'd
Great
mess
grandma
with us
when it
kids.
came on the Mayflower. Maybe it was in May, but it was. Oh, goodness.
That was her name. I think 68. She was almost. I think she was like 98 years old when she passed. She would have been
Yeah, my great
in
grandmother
the
was
1870s.
like 100, 102, something like
she
that,
came.
in the 80s.
1870, 1880, somewhere.
Wow.
Around there. Came from England. Yeah, that would have been early steam
Yeah, it would have.
ships and stuff.
Wow.
And,
Early steam
just
too.
getting just getting into a little bit more modern for steam railroading.
Yep. That's the. Was it the Vanderbilts that made their money in steam engine, or because I know they didn't do the railroads. I think they did like.
It might have steamliners.
I
they
think
call
so.
them, I
Yeah,
guess,
I think so.
shipping.
Shipping is I think how they made their money. I seem to remember because I lived in Asheville and they have the Biltmore House from the Vanderbilts in Asheville.
I'd have to think about the names more. I always felt like when I was in high school, history was boring as ever. But now, as I
Yeah,
got older, probably when I hit my 40s or
I
something.
try to tell my
started
daughter, I'm
fascination
like,
with
listen. She's like, oh, I hate history. Da, 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 da. I'm like, really? Come on. Like, I love history now.
I'm fascinated with it, and I love to watch anything about it. And like that show, the Men That Built America.
I've seen that. I've never sat down and watched it. That's a good one, huh?
It tells all about a lot of how they came to their wealth, and different ones through steel, through railroads, and how they all tied together. They're probably all corrupt as ever too, but
Yeah, I mean that's. But they also did a lot, like Standard Oil, right? With what's his name, Rockefeller. Right, Rockefeller was Standard Oil, I think, right? If I remember right. Okay.
I'm sorry, was it Morgan with the railroads at that time, or J.P. Morgan?
J.P. Morgan was all banking.
Banking, but financed with the railroads, and I think who else was in with the railroads that put the pinch on them on Standard Oil because they charge them so much to ship the oil by the tank cars. That forced them to start making their own pipelines so they didn't have to pay the shipping on
Oh, that's funny.
on the cars. It's interesting, how it came about. And
Yeah, that's really interesting. I would want to watch that. That sounds like
or Cornwallis. Trying to remember all the names. They were all the big money makers.
oh, and there was some big ones. The robber barons, they call them, you know.
Yep.
Now they just seem to hide their money better, or well, try to.
And how they make it.
Yeah. Well, heck, most of them, all the crooked ones now are just the politicians. I think that's the way to make crooked money now, and they can't touch you.
I have to wonder how much of that went on in the past that people just didn't know about because of media and social media. How much corruption where the money was funded through the family members or shell corporations, they call them now, I guess.
Oh, I'm sure it was huge.
How much money went to a corporation that was a family owned, or a friend of the family owned, and then it was subletted out. Somebody else actually did the work, and here they made all the profit. Probably been going on. Politicians bought and paid for.
I mean, I mean, people know that they've been, politicians have been corrupt since politicians have existed. I mean, that's just the way it is. When you have power corrupts completely,
You get somebody in there that wants to do right and do good, but I think they get sucked into it with the money.
Well, I think so. Like I've talked to some people that have been in there and they're like, listen, you literally can't get anything done if you want to steer clear and do everything right. First of all, you're not going to get anything done because you don't have anybody supporting you, and because you're not, if you're not playing the quid pro quo game with other people, even on your, and this is for both sides of the aisle, but even within your own party and stuff, then you get nothing. If you're not going to play their game, then
They're always making deals with each other.
Mm-hmm.
And you can give something to get something.
I mean, if you look at the money, certain people's campaigns give to other campaigns, and it's crazy.
Oh, we had to make sure that they're supported
Mm-hmm.
at all levels. And
Oh yeah, but you're not if you don't go along with what they say and basically be corrupt, you'll get nothing. In fact, not only will you get nothing, they'll pay for the other guy to like beat you. It doesn't matter if it's a Democrat or Republican or something like that. It is a dirty game.
smaller local, it's like they might start out good intentions wanting to do it, but then that envelope of money comes along and it's like, all right, you're right on the bandwagon with the rest of them.
Yep,
That's what it's always about, money.
it is. Always about money.
I wanted to get some more time in tonight. I guess I had a late. I was tired. I laid down at 7 o'clock. If I just go to bed, I said, I'll probably be back up. I took a 2-hour nap. Got back up at 9 and started fishing again. Get some points on here.
Yep, might as well.
I don't usually sleep good, so 4 or 5 hours a night at the most. Take a nap or something.
That tends to be what I do. I'm a nap taker. I am a nap
If
taker.
I'm up half the night, I took a nap. Probably from 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock this morning, somewhere in there, because I had been up from 3 o'clock. And I took a nap from 10, 11 from now on. And then I was back up till about 7 and take a little 2-hour nap. And then I'll probably fish down maybe another hour or two still. And then I'll go to bed, but I'll still be back up at 6. And then when noon rolls around before then I'll be looking for a nap again. I don't never been one to sleep more than, maybe 5 hours at a time.
I do.
Most of the time it's interrupted.
I can sleep. I can sleep for 8 hours and stuff. Now, I'll usually get up in the middle of the night, usually once or so, but no, I can sleep all the way through.
If I can go 4 or 5 hours without waking up, that's rare.
Wow.
And I wake up feeling good. But usually it's like, maybe if I fall asleep early, around 9, I might sleep till around midnight. Then I have to get up and use the bathroom or something. I'll wake up and I'll go out, use the bathroom, and go back to bed. And it takes me forever to get back to sleep. And then I'll usually sleep maybe another hour or two, and then I just get up and fish.
Get up and fish.
Get up and fish. I get on the iPad and look at Facebook and stuff. Throw on a pot of coffee. Fishing with some of the other guys that do. One of them told me, said that when you're fishing, when we had the scoreboard, you could look at it. You could see when people's points were moving.
Uh-huh.
And you could tell when they get home from work and start fishing, or when they get up and start fishing
Yep.
in the morning.
Everybody has a pattern.
Most of them do. He says, I can't figure your pattern out. I just don't have one. It's like, I could be on any of those 24 hours of the day, and sometimes 16, 17 hours in one day, maybe with an hour break in the middle for a nap. And other days, it might be a different time. There's no routine time I was on. He says, I can't figure out your schedule. He says, I don't have a schedule. I told him I eat when I'm hungry, I sleep when I'm tired, and I fish when I'm awake. It's like you never know when it's going to be.
That's funny.
Most people do have a routine.
Yes, they do.
They're up till midnight fishing, or 2 in the morning fishing, then they come back on at noon and start fishing again. And some of them, their routines change a little bit. You can tell if they fish later one night, they'll be on later the next day.
Yep. Yeah, I didn't do that when I did the leaderboard, only because I didn't really know who to watch until like later on. Then I was like, oh, by then I didn't really, Plus, I didn't know like a lot of the people on the leaderboard just get in private rooms. So, I mean, yeah, you could, if you were watching the external scoreboard, you could watch and see if they're on, but.
Because some of them don't even make a room, they just go to the map. And I would do that occasionally. But I used to like to open a room.
Yeah.
I'm gonna probably fish for almost an hour.
I'll fall
before
asleep
we
if I'm
came in
just
today.
most of the time I'll fall asleep if I'm in a room solo. But I mean, I won't fall asleep, but like it's hard to stay awake.
After a half hour, you start yawning.
Yep.
And I said I fished almost an hour by myself when I got up, and I was starting to yawn. And then a couple of people popped in to fish for a little bit and didn't talk, but then Jamie had come in and he came in there.
Yeah. I did like some 12-hour streams, like where I went all night and stuff. And those ones, like for a while there, I had to stand up because I was like, man, I'm getting tired. I think I did a 9 p.m. to 9 a.m. stream. Yeah.
I know I put some long hours in sometimes. Like I said, I started to say earlier, I like that 10,000 point lead or better, because I know that if I have that and I don't fish on the last day, I don't have to worry.
Mm-hmm.
There was several months back, maybe 6 months or so ago, the person that's in second now
Mm-hmm.
bumped me out of my 10th. I was trying to go for 8th, and 2 other people come in, that Cheyenne and Mandy you see fishing. They'll run first and second when they fish usually.
Uh-huh.
But they bumped me out of my 8th grade spot for the medal I wanted. And I was in 10th, so I kind of gave up. I wasn't really pushing hard, and Flexine bumped me out. Marie Cox Scott bumped me out to 11th. I'm like, 1 day left. I started looking at them, needed maybe like 4,000 or 5,000 points. I'm like, I can get back in.
Yeah.
And I fished against her head-to-head, watching that scoreboard, and at 10:30 at night she gave up, and the reset's 3 in the morning.
Yep.
She gave up and quit fishing.
So that happened to me. I don't know. D Dozy Beck and Tish or something like that.
Oh, that one last month?
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
Went like crazy. I don't know. I've never fished with that one before. That was a new one on me. But
And nobody
after
nobody I've talked to has ever fished with them. So. But they gave up like early, and it was like New Year's Eve. So I went and hung out with my family, but I was like, oh, I need to get on here right afterwards because they could be on right afterwards and be fishing until 3 a.m. And by then, when they stopped fishing, because we were ahead and we were going head to head, and I was making up ground on them. I finally caught them and I passed, and I think they gave up after that. They worked for a while trying to catch up. But I was grinding like I don't even know. And
when you can watch that scoreboard, and they can watch it, I think it's a deterrent when they see you're putting on more points an hour than they are, that they're getting behind, and that makes them give up.
So yeah, I put on like a couple thousand points in front of them, and then I took off and had New Year's with my family, and then I got on about 12:30 or 1 o'clock in the morning just to make sure that they weren't trying to catch me, and they weren't. So I was like, well, that's cool. And then I went to bed. I didn't even try for the new month. I was like, the new month, I'm not doing leaderboard this month, so I'm not even. I don't care if I catch a fish tonight or not.
Yeah, the time I got back up into 10th, and she quit fishing at 10:30, I started looking at the score, and I'm like, they stopped fishing the other two, and there's one person messing me up in between that needs to pass them. So if I pass them both, I'll get my 8th place. And right near the end, the other person moved up past them. So I passed the 2 of them and it put me in 8th. Because if I passed all 3 of them, they had their scores tied equal. So if you pass one, you pass both.
Yep. Huh.
And I put it on. I went fishing right till 3 in the morning, make sure if they came back on, I couldn't get. I fished 16 and a half hours, but 8,200
Wow.
points on that day.
That is a lot of
And
points.
got my 8th place one after all. You know. Because I needed an 8th and a 4th. Then a few months later, I did the 4th.
That's crazy. I mean, that's a lot of fishing. I had no idea what I was getting into, and I said, hey, I'm not going to just try and stick around and make this leaderboard. And no idea what I was getting myself into. It's a lot of fishing. And, you know, I learned a ton about this game and about the techniques and, you know, fishing for points and efficiency and all of that stuff. And even after that, like, I still fish that way a little bit, not as much. I've lost it after a little while, but you get into a mode where you're just fish after fish after fish after fish, and then you're like disappointed. You cut everything, you know, you're trying to avoid those fish that you don't want, you know, like, I don't want that fish, because what I learned was
Too
like,
slow and not enough points.
it's too slow, not enough points. And the best way to improve your efficiency is to not even catch that. It's not about cutting it off. It's about not catching it to begin with, and
Avoiding it completely,
exactly, knowing what the fish is before you catch it, and
That helps maximize your points.
absolutely.
When I first started fishing leaderboard, everybody was real hush-hush about how to get points. But it's changed now. And I've told many people, you know, they want to know how do you get that many points? I'll take them over to Smith River and show them this is one. I'll bring them here and show them this one. And tell them I fished a popper on the top here and I take everything. And I can, from 9 to 10, I did 520 points, which is about an average good hour here.
Wow.
If you can, because if you just go fish in some of the other spots, you'll do 350 to 400. But
So there's less points
You
per
don't
hour
get too
in
many
saltwater.
sharks.
Is that? Because I know in freshwater we can pull. You know, I was pulling 650. I guess is that. I didn't quite hit 700, but I was up there at
yeah,
650.
it's easy to average 600 an hour
Mm-hmm.
at Smith River. I mean, you'll get some 650, every now and then you'll get a 700.
Yeah.
You know, just depending on how the epics come up. Here, they say a good hour is 600 in saltwater.
Okay.
There's, I can hit 550 most of the time.
Now, are you pulling in
Where I
sharks
fish.
when they come in? Are they worth the points, or is
Yeah, I
that?
bring them in. When you get faster at them,
Uh huh.
it's worth it because, you know, if you get a Mako on or a blunt nose, he'll come in less than 3 minutes.
Okay.
You know, a Mako earlier, I looked at the watch, it said like 17, and when I landed him, it said 19. So
Okay.
it's like, I don't know how much of the seconds went the other way, but it's less than 3 minutes. And like your wahoo, he'll take a little over a minute, and the sailfish will take a little over a minute. So 2 of them would equal out the shark.
You know, I should go through
They met.
some of my live stream videos and start seeing how much time I'm taking on all these different fish. Start logging all of it. That'd be good data to have.
Someone with the sharks and with the wahoo and the amberjack. So if you're a little more aggressive, you can shorten the time up, bringing them in.
Reeling through there.
Then it makes it worthwhile. Because a lot of people say I don't like doing the 12-point fish because they take too long. They take 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes. Like, well, you're doing something wrong if it's taking 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, if I'm talking and like just chatting and I forget about the fish. It could take 2.5 minutes because I pissed the thing off a couple times.
Yeah, if it runs back out on you,
Oh, yeah.
where you miss snaps or splashes.
Yeah. See, that's
You're
my
not gonna
that's my thing is
on every fish.
if I don't count, if I'm not counting the left and rights and keep track of the, when it's gonna jump and I need to snap, I'll miss the snaps, and then I'm just screwed.
See, I've never counted
Oh, I have to. Otherwise,
the runs and stuff.
I get surprised by the snap and.
Yeah, I don't know. After a while, I think your reflexes get there quick enough on it.
Yeah, maybe, but I wasn't building those reflexes I've only been playing since like November, late November at that.
Yeah,
And during that month, I pretty much had not. During that month when I was doing leaderboard, I pretty much had nothing that jumped. Like for a long time, I was fishing this lake sturgeons and stuff like that. I fished some things that jump, but it wasn't like I was doing sharks that are jumping, 5-6 times before you reel it in.
Yeah, the only thing I make sure I do is
I was fishing a lot of alligator.
try to
though.
make sure I do is on the first 2 splash fights, make sure I'm not being too aggressive on the small fish. If you are, that shark will snap off. If you got too much tension on the line.
Yeah, I've noticed that. Like that's.
Especially that second splash fight, because they'll usually hit between the first and second, so you don't want to be feeling that vibration.
Okay. That's one broke off on me, and I didn't realize that's what it was. I was too tight on the fish.
It's almost like if it breaks almost instantly when it hits. If you have too much tension on the line, because he's starting to run out, and that tension's there, he'll increase it and snap the line. And that's something else that like J-Matt, that C-Rod and reel don't have the strength to hold up to that either.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
It's not as strong, and the tension's not as good. Back to when I was first started fishing, get a brown trout on, I think it'd fight, snap off, can't get it in. So you just have to be used to them, that's all.
Yeah. They're still fighting.
You don't break off.
They don't break off though.
It's rare. Unless he jumps, and I'm not fishing for a brown trout.
Well, and
Belgium trying to get some of the other fish when you're trying to target that little black fish. Keep getting him brown trout, snap him off. I don't want when your rod bends over like that at the beginning, you got the brown trout.
Oh, yeah.
Still good catfish.
so I'm trying to learn all the rod bends. That's one thing that I've set my goal is to start learning the rod bends.
I fish this location so much
Uh-huh.
with a popper. With a popper, I can tell usually what fish it is before it hits the line.
Really? You use a
By how
regular
long it
popper,
takes
not
to
a
hit the
not a whopper popper?
Not just a regular popper,
I might try that.
but when you got a big swirl
Uh-huh.
and it hits the line, you tell by how long it took to hit it.
Yep.
The rooster and the amberjack hit it really fast. The wahoo, he'll play with it for a while. You gotta leave it there for a while. And the sailfish for a long while. It would be like if you were on normal, the rooster would probably be yellow or green and hit it fast.
Yep.
And the wahoo would be yellow,
Okay.
maybe red, and the sailfish definitely red. Because you got to chase that sailfish around, dance it for him. When you dance it around that long, by the time it hits,
You know it's a
You're gonna have
sailfish, yeah.
And when it's the shorter time, you know it's going to be a wahoo. The amberjack and the rooster are hard to tell apart.
Looks like I got a
And they
barracuda in
run
this one.
similar.
Must have been a small swirl. Or a medium-sized swirl, I don't know.
You know, or they're hiding under it. The barracuda and the sheephead bend your rod
Oh, they do.
the same off of medium swirl, but the barracuda will hit faster than the sheephead.
Yeah, this one hit fast for sure.
And the corbina and ocean whitefish won't bend your rod as much off the medium swirl, and the corbina hit it immediately, and the whitefish is a little bit slower. So you can always, by each one of them, I can tell by the time it hits it. And I don't get many of the sand bass, but the scorpion, he's real slow at taking it too on the small swirls.
This is almost immediate. This one was almost immediate. This popper on top, that's nice.
That's what I do. Fish any of the bottom here for points. And this was one of the first spots anybody told me about and offered any advice for leaderboard fishing.
Mm-hmm.
He's the guy that's #1 in freshwater this month, that Mighty Queen.
Okay.
I was fishing here one day, and he was fishing leaderboard, and I was down it quite a bit, and he was in the #1 spot. And I was watching him fish, and he says, "Yeah, if you want to make points," because I hear he was using popper, just everything, because I was trying to get the sea bass and stuff, and he says, "Use a popper on the top, bring everything in." And he was the one that told me that.
Huh.
Sailfish, he says, he's kind of finicky, he says. You got to dance it around, tease him with it, and he'll take it. But,
That's funny. You know, J-Matt is the one that, so I was fishing with him on November 30th, and he was going for leaderboard, I think, saltwater leaderboard. And I was in here with somebody, or I don't know where we were fishing. I think it could have been here. And I remember there were some kids or something, or there was a kid or something, and he was talking about how he was fishing. They were going after sharks, and he was talking about how he was just fishing for small stuff on the top because he didn't want anything that bites. He said, "I'm just going for the little stuff." And I was like,
yeah,
"What?"
if you want two sharks, that's how you do it. And,
Yeah. And so,
yeah, you don't.
yeah.
If you're shark fishing, you don't want to be hunting 20 pointers because the shark ain't gonna bite them anyway.
Yeah.
So. And they tend to hit the medium-sized fish more than the large fish.
Oh, they do. I didn't know that. Okay.
You know, I think the ratio's a lot higher that they'll hit a medium fish before the large.
Awesome.
So you would just target the small swirls. A lot of people at shark hunt will put it on hard and just target they'll throw soft bait or a minnow on and target the medium greenfish, which would be the smallest in saltwater.
And you know what? I bet that swirl, I know there was a swirl there, but it didn't like turn my line red. I need to dance it around. Guess that might be the sailfish.
Be that sailfish. Might be the wahoo too if he takes it a little quicker.
No, this guy's not taking it at all. It was a big swirl too. Get it right back there where it was.
A lot of people snap the wahoo off. They say it takes too long to get in. They say it's one of the most hated fishes.
There it comes. Oh, it didn't pull any drag. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's something else.
Yeah, something small in there. Grab it too. Even when you have a big swirl, there's a small. If it is a sailfish and you have a small fish nearby, it'll be green or yellow, so you'll grab it quicker. That a lot. And get them in. The swirl will still be there. And go back and get it after.
Yep.
Yeah, Corvina takes it quick. I used to not like wahoos. Everybody'd snap them off. But some people joke, "Why are you catching us? I want to get to 1,000. I want to get to 1,000 wahoos." I'm well past it now. Yeah, I'd be at 800 or something. Some people say I snap more of them off than that. 800 or something.
Oh, a little fish again. Little fish, little fish.
1677. I don't mind them. For points, I'd rather have the rooster, but I don't mind the wahoo like I used to.
Come on. I know you're there. Oh, you're way over there now. Oh, this could be a wahoo. I don't think it waited 10 seconds, so maybe a wahoo. Maybe it wasn't big enough sorrel, I don't know.
And when you get that sailfish, you'll usually see a little bit of the tip of the fin
Yep.
when he's running at first, and then they'll show more of it afterwards. You have to grab a battery after this one. I think it's about 2 hours. I don't want to get it's maintaining 16%. That's the nice thing about the battery. And I'll plug it back in and charge up when I'm done with it. One thing about fish is that they changed at midnight. I mean, look to see what it was.
Oh, I forgot to look up my sharks. Probably weren't big enough, I'm sure, but
Well, sharks you got till noon.
well, that's true.
Fish of the day switch at midnight. Sharks at noon. I haven't got any sharks left. 3 yesterday, which is rare.
Well, they lowered the minimum size for the Megalodon contest.
Oh, did they?
They did. They announced it today that he was lowering the minimums to a couple years ago minimums for all of the sharks for the Megalodon contest.
Have to keep an eye on that then.
Yep.
Some of them was only a couple inches, but
Yeah. But I mean,
Gotta
that
go
makes
back.
like, you know, it makes a big difference because
yeah.
you know, for every so many that it takes that it gets bigger, it's exponentially harder, right? I wonder if their graph goes based on individual or if it's based on total numbers in the game that are going after certain fish. You see what I'm saying? Barracuda.
grab a battery. It did its 3 chirps and then put it in the lower.
Ah. Wahoo!
Get a run on them things sometimes.
Yeah, this one was definitely followed, but exactly what you said. It took about 6-7 seconds to turn red, and then he was on it.
The sailfish around 8 to 10.
Yep.
I think some people like to do the 1,000, 1,002 count. Usually got 8 for him.
Yep.
Sailfish.
Yeah, I've kind of figured that out to like start to like mark and stuff like what fish like what. It really helps to identify like when you have fish that like the same stuff, find out what they're yellow to and what they're red to.
Yeah, and then we can sometimes if the fish you're going for is a lot of them are green to it, or green and yellow, and you switch to its yellow bait, they might all be red, so you'll get them quicker that way.
Yep.
By using that bait. We use that method a lot float fishing
Yeah.
to figure out what fish it is, you know, because some of them you want that 8 count, then you know it's your fish.
Yep.
Especially when you get to the rares, where they take longer anyway. Because you're trying to fish them on expert instead of on normal. But normal's good to figure a lot of the workings of the game out.
It is.
The range on the bait, how you notice a fish nibbles a lot longer when he's from a different level, coming up or down to the bait.
Yep. It is. It's a really good way to figure out the mechanics of the game.
You can tell what fish you're getting that way too, because you know if you cast out and your line turns red right away, but he nibbles a long time, you know he's coming from the middle if you're up on the top, so you know that's the fish. Because if you're using his preferred bait, you'll get the instant red.
Yep.
Not a hit.
Yep. I've never been able to figure out the popper for the fish that are like middle bottom. I've never been able to track them up to the top from the middle using a popper.
That's rough.
Yeah.
Because most of the spots that the middle fish are there don't seem to show that swirl on the surface, the lighter gray one.
Yeah.
I don't know I don't know if you've seen the thing that explained the bubbles and the swirls.
No, I kind of figured the swirls out for myself, you know, the lighter gray swirl.
Yeah, they did put a thing out, BR Fishing did, of what they mean.
Okay.
You know, the brighter white is the top, the gray's the middle,
Uh-huh.
and will come up. The bigger bubbles
Uh-huh.
are middle, but they'll go down, and the smaller, lighter bubbles
Or
are on the
bottom.
bottom.
Oh, okay. So I've always thought the bigger bubbles were a big fish and smaller bubbles were a smaller fish. Yeah, I got
But
it.
it's funny if it's a
Because I've seen big bubbles come from little tiny fish, and I've seen little tiny
Yeah.
bubbles come from big fish. It just means
Yep.
that they were on the bottom. Okay.
on the bottom, yeah. Yeah, because that one used to confuse me too, because I thought, okay, big and little bubbles, that was big and little fish.
Right.
But like the gray swirls instead of the white ones, I call them gray.
Hmm.
Were to me because they were deeper in the water, so that was your middle fish. But I didn't know about bigger bubbles be in the middle.
Yeah, I didn't either. And the gray swirls. The gray swirls.
It was posted way back, and I think it's been reposted a couple times on Dots, but somewhere in my chats I have it. But
I'll find it.
send it.
You know, what I'll probably do is find the VR Fisherman's one and make a video testing it, making sure that I give him credit for coming up with it. Or just point people to his video. You know, I don't want to, you know, I don't know that I've ever fished with him. I may have. But,
He don't come out of a locked room very often anymore.
uh-huh.
I did see he was on the other day, though. Which is, I don't even see him on that much anymore. So he fishes the mat when he's doing stuff, or if he even makes a room.
Well, I talked to a couple of people that said they saw him I think it was sometime this week. He
Yeah,
came in.
I did see he was on this one. Checking out the rooms.
Yeah, I'll probably send him a message and say hello sometime. I'm not that into that much into that. I like to live stream more than I like to make the how-to videos. I don't mind making the how-to videos, but he's already done a lot of them. So, but then again,
Yeah.
sometimes it helps to re-release because nobody knows to go out and look at that stuff, and the algorithm only shows you like current stuff. You know, it's not really good about showing you older stuff unless you're specifically looking for something like that. So.
Yeah, they'll always be putting links to his stuff on the pages.
Yep.
He's got a spreadsheet.
Yeah, I've seen the spreadsheets.
The color coded one for the
Yep.
baits. And even with notes on what to expect.
How up to date are those spreadsheets?
These are pretty good. He's added the new I think he was adding the new stuff in.
Oh, he was, okay.
I know it had the USE stuff in it. It's probably working on the Europe. Or they've already done the Europe.
Yeah, I've seen like links to a bunch of different spreadsheets. I didn't know if I saw like a version 1 or version 2. I didn't know which ones were the current version, if he's come out with version since then. I think it's been a few years since I saw the version 2, so I'll do a little bit more.
Somebody sent me his color-coded one, and I was like, I can figure out the baits faster by looking at the fish in the area than I can from trying to read his sheet.
Yep.
It's probably good information on there for somebody trying to catch that fish for the first time.
Uh-huh.
You know, trying to figure out how to get one that's giving them trouble. I didn't when I worked on getting my fish originally, and the first time I did leaderboard, I didn't know about targeting fish, you know, normal or hard. I didn't know about targeting that way to find the rares that I was missing at the beginning. It just took me forever to get them, and I didn't mind because I enjoyed, you know, trying for it.
Yep.
And some people, you'll tell them how to catch it on normal.
Uh-huh.
And they're like, oh, that's cheating, it feels.
That's-
I guess I understand.
that's
I
what-
didn't do it that way either.
I've had people tell me that before. They're like, well, I'll just catch it on expert. And I'm like, yeah, that's fine. You can catch it on expert.
We had a event or competition a while back for the convict sergeant,
Okay.
and it's one of the epics. During the competition, you could fish it on normal,
Oh, really?
and it was for the biggest. And somebody came in our room, and it was me, my wife, and one of my other friends, and we're slinging them in like crazy. I believed it was like small fish on the bottom or any level of the snowball. Was the only one in there that took that bait. They put it in U.S. free number 6,
Uh-huh.
where get the blue water and white sand, and we're slinging them out like crazy. This one guy's like, "Am I missing something?" He says, "I've been here for a half hour and haven't got one." Sure, put it on normal or hard. For the small green fish on a double. I don't fish on normal. Like, good luck then.
Okay,
Because
you
you'd
can
have to
sit here and
refresh
watch us
2 or 3
bring 'em in.
times. You'd have to refresh 2, 3, 4 times to find one.
Right, right.
And so they weren't coming up that much. And then he finally got mad and he just left the room. So they were every minute or so, each one of us pulling one out.
Oh yeah.
Another guy came in later. He says, "I come to take all your convict sergeants away." I'm like, "Oh, okay." A good 20 minutes in, he says, "I haven't got one." I said, "I noticed." And he didn't ask or anything of what he's missing. And so he said, "I'm going to head out. I haven't got one." I said, "So you're going to help me carry my pile of them up to the car?" All of us. That, I don't know, week-long competition, I didn't catch like, and I didn't get as many as a lot of people. I had like 600 of them.
Wow.
And got up in the top 100. Got a title and something else, but
Oh, was that an
Okay,
RVRF competition or a I guess that's an
Yeah.
RVRF. Okay.
yeah, that was one of theirs. The first time they had their competition for it, you had to catch them an expert, and they had them in 3 different locations: one in Japan, one in Korea, and one in the U.S. West. And I remember at Japan, it was where that train goes over the bridge.
Oh gosh, that thing is
And
so
they
annoying.
were hard to find. In a 2-week-long thing, I ended up catching 6 of them. That's why I was telling the guy that was fishing, didn't want to fish on normal. Good luck. Good luck getting a big one, because the competition was for the biggest. So yeah, you can put it on normal and just sling them.
Yep.
The hour's just going by now.
Well, I meant to look at the fish of the day. I didn't know what they were this today.
Don't tell me it's wahoo after how many we've caught.
That's funny. Yeah, I hope not.
Be scrolling through the notifications. looking for the biggest one.
Opa! The Opa. And the European ass for freshwater. That's in, Opa's in what, Hawaii, I think?
Yeah, number 20.
That's right.
Here in the West.
I caught one of them earlier today, I think. Oh, don't you like this popper? Oh, this must be red to the popper. Probably sailfish. Maybe? I don't see the sail though. Maybe it's a wahoo. Sorry, I have to say it like that. You know, it comes back. Well, not a Guardians fan. You know, you had Chief Wahoo. Yep, it's a Chief Wahoo.
Dustin Spencer. He hasn't been. I usually fish with him a lot. He's been taking a lot of time off this month. It's still, I think he's number 8 or something there, or 7 or 8. He was.
I fished
Me
with
and him.
Dustin once or twice, I think.
Yeah, we get silly fishing together sometimes. Me and him, one other guy, or me and just him. And we were here fishing, and this kid comes in and he's like, "What are you guys fishing for?" He said, "We're fishing for alligator garters." Like, there's none here. I said, "Yeah, we've been catching them." He's like, "Huh?" And then we get a wahoo on. And Dustin had a barracuda on, and I'm like, "Wahoo, big barracuda." Kid's like, "No, it's a wahoo." I'm like, "Yeah, wahoo, it's a big barracuda." About 4 or 5 times that he got so
Oh my
mad at us.
goodness.
It's like just mess with us.
Oh my goodness. Oh, there was one. Where we were in Korea or something, and some guy was all about, "I want to catch alligators or crocodiles," and he had to have been literally the way he was talking. He had been smoking all day. He was out of it. He was completely out of it, and like you could just hear when he talked, he was just really slow, and I was like, he was so baked. Oh man.
I don't know.
I think I have video of that somewhere. I should make a clip out of that. That would be a good one. When you're talking about
Do that all
going to fish for crocodiles.
I used to smoke a little before I go to bed, help me sleep. And then once it became legal, he would pick a little bit up to smoke before I go to bed. Now, I think it was like Thanksgiving with the kids.
Uh-huh.
He just told me now, smoked a little after dinner. I don't even, now I can have it, I just don't care for it. The one night I did fishing a couple of years ago, and I was fishing with the guys, and I caught a sand shark or sand tiger, and reeled it up to me, and I'm looking down at it. It's like, it won't come in. It won't come in. They're like, "Lift your rod." I'm done fishing today. I can't do this. It's like, what was it? Tell me, get some stuff that's really good every now and then. I told me it was called cheetah piss.
Cheetah piss.
And I said, "I don't know what was in that, but wow." It's like, you don't want to take more than 1 or 2 hits of it.
Wow.
Yeah, when I was younger, we smoked a little in that, but a lot of the guys I worked with, they'd smoke from the time they worked.
Yeah, I never smoked that much, just because like when I was a teenager and stuff, like I get like it would make me paranoid, you know. So like I just never,
Yeah.
or like people smoke it at night and then everybody goes to bed, and I'm like, what's the point of like, you know?
Yeah, it would relax me, because normally when I go to bed, it's like my mind don't shut down. Even when I wake up in the middle of the night, I can't get back to sleep because I just lay there and I think.
Uh-huh.
So if I'd smoke a little before I'd go to bed, just hit the bowl a couple times.
Yep.
Watch TV for about a half hour more, and then go to bed. When I'd lay down, it's like I'd stop thinking. I'd just go right to sleep.
Yeah. Well, and that's, like when I went to Vegas a couple of years ago, and I ate some of the gummies on the way home, man. I slept like a baby on the plane. Oh, I had a red eye back. Like I can never sleep on a plane. I was out like a light. I must have been, I felt, I think I probably was snoring. I probably felt bad for the people next to me, but I was out like a light. I woke up, I was back in Charlotte, and it was perfect. Because I actually met my family when I got back from Vegas that time. I was at a conference, at the AWS conference. And so we got back, they met me in the airport because I caught the red eye. So my flight landed at like 5:30 or 6, and then we had a 7 a.m. flight to go to New York for to go see the ballet and stuff. So I just met them in the airport and went on. I'm glad that I was able to sleep on the plane, which is why I went to the shop and picked up some gummies before I left. because it's still not legal here in North Carolina. So I wasn't about to take it on the plane. And
a few years back. But, and I would have liked to have it for sleeping when I was working. But one company bought mine, and I used to smoke it, just in the evening. And then I'd unwind and a little before I go to bed and sleep great. But then another company bought the one I worked for, and they started random drug tests.
Oh.
Well, it's not worth the job, so
Yep. And my wife's a nurse,
Yep.
so she's never been tested in her 20 years of being a nurse. But she's like, she said the one time that I ever smoke will be the time that like they need me to do a drug test. Like it's just the way things go. So.
yeah.
But we did, like when we were on our honeymoon in Jamaica, we got high. Like I don't even know. So we met another couple in Jamaica. I don't remember where they were from, and I guess they had been to Jamaica before, so they knew some locals, and the locals just brought them for free over a whole bag of weed.
I've heard of stories
Yeah.
like that.
So they, we went in their room to smoke a little, and the guy showed it to me, and it was like, it wasn't like a baggie of weed. This was like literally a grocery bag full of freaking
Yeah.
weed. And he pulls it out, and it looks like a tree, and it's got these huge thumb-sized buds hanging all over it. And he breaks one off. He's like, check this out. And it's stuck. He's holding it upside down, trying to shake it off his thumb. I was like, damn. Yeah, we took a couple hits off of that. And then later, my wife and I, we got the munchies and we were on vacation. It was a all-inclusive resort. So I went downstairs and got like we got a couple jerk chickens. We were in Jamaica. So we got a couple jerk chickens. We brought it back up, and I swear that jerk chicken tasted like weed. My wife goes, this tastes like weed. Go get some hamburgers. Stop, tell them not to put weed in there. I was like,
You got enough already. I used to grow my own, and then I'd sit in the shed trimming the buds at night with them nitro gloves on, and they'd get so sticky the fingers would be stuck together.
oh God.
THC on it, and I'd rather have to leave the door open on it and put a fan out. I didn't realize how much chemical reaction is in air when you're trimming it. My eyes just start burning in water, and
Wow.
just from cutting the fresh buds off and trimming it. I'd cut a chunk off the plant, and then I'd sit there and I'd trim all the extra leaves off the buds, and leave little short sticks with 5 or 6 buds off the top on each one, getting them ready to dry. And I realized how sticky and how strong I don't know if it's oils get released into the air when you're touching them. My wife says, I know a guy that's got some clones. He says, you're not buying that stuff no more.
No.
You grow your own. Yeah, I put 4 plants in, and one of them was a mother plant that we kept for the guy that we made clones off all winter. So every time you clip a top off for a clone, it'll branch out into 2
Okay.
on each plant one. So here you want a normal plant. If you don't be trimming it, you might have half a dozen or a dozen nice top plants. This thing has probably 40 top plants.
Wow.
I thought I'll get enough for myself and jar it and see, cure it so it'll last me till the next season. Heck, I ended up with a little over a quarter of a pound.
Holy moly.
And I was like, so I give some to my buddies, and they come back wanting more. I was like, enough for me, but
So when I went to New York last time, it was legal there, and
a quarter ounce would last me 2 months. And then just taking a hit here and there off the bowls.
I tried those hybrid ones. That's if I ever get it again, it would be the hybrid, because I'm not.
The potency stuff. Yeah, it was like 2 hits. And
Well, it's just, it doesn't make me like, it's kind of that, it doesn't make you sleepy or it doesn't make you like anxious.
yeah.
It's that nice chill,
Yeah. That's the first time I went in a dispensary.
Uh-huh.
He's like, what can I help you with? This? Well, So I like to have hit a little bit before I go to bed, relax. Yeah, come over here. He says, this is what you need. So the mind will shut down. I said, well, then there's times, you know, in the spring I'll be working out in the yard, getting ponds cleaned and trimming all the, you know, we got flower beds and pathways all through the yard. I should have been a gardener, I guess, landscaper. I like something that'll, so I don't get tired while I'm doing it. So, oh, come over here to this section. This one will give you. And it was funny because normally I'd go out in the yard and I'd start working and I'd sit down, maybe have a beer or relax a little bit. And I'm tired of this, but when I'd smoke a little bit, I would go work in the yard a little bit and sit down for a few minutes. And nope, I need to do this. Get up and do that. And while I'm doing that, I'm thinking of something else I need to do. And the next thing you know, I spent 8 hours working in the yard and didn't even notice it. Otherwise, I would see myself, yeah, I just work for an hour or two, and I was like, yeah, that's enough. And then what, you know, just kind of give up on it. But it's like it motivated me to keep going and doing more. I was like, don't want that one before you go to bed, though.
Yeah, that's just it. But now these new hybrids they make some really designer stuff now. It's crazy. I was blown away at how many different kinds and everything else they have at the dispensary. Now I do know, so like I went and bought, what was it? I bought on eBay, but it was a local pickup, a golf cart to play golf, you know, like a push cart. And the guy was like, yeah, here's the address. He said, you know, just park in the parking lot and come in. And I was like, all right, it's the guy's business or whatever. I walked in there, so like they had big signs on there like, you know, no trespassing or whatever. They had a big thing on the front like, you know, the big iron bars and stuff on the thing. I'm like, what the hell is this place? So I knocked, and the guy let me in. It was literally a dispensary warehouse. They supply all the dispensaries in like 3 or 4 states, and he was taking me through. I was like, holy shit. So they had all the CBD stuff, he was like, you name it, they have a weed for them.
Yeah, I like these little airtight packages they put them in, because I bought 2 different eighths when I was there back in September or something, August. I haven't even opened one. The other one's halfway there, halfway full still. That's how little I do anymore. But I said the kids, son-in-laws, had some big old thing rolled up. Oh, come out and hit this. I said, well, it's Thanksgiving, yeah. I hit a couple hits on it. I said, just a minute. I'm going to the house. Packed the little bowl, took it out. And he's like, what is this shit? So I don't know what you were smoking, but that's got to be a glitch. Yeah. Thought I had a nice one for a minute. I took a couple hits from it. And you guys go ahead and finish it. They smoke more than I do, way more than I do. One son-in-law, he's the one that gets up and smokes before he goes to work.
Yeah, I couldn't do that.
Go for it.
I couldn't do
Get
that.
in the car.
Yep. I would have a tough time smoking. Like smoking before work or smoking at work. I just...
I wouldn't get nothing done. I don't think.
Right.
I wouldn't want to feel like some paranoid as hell when you're driving and stuff. I mean, being younger, you'd have to go somewhere for a smoke bowl. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to drive. It feels like you're going 90 miles an hour and you're going 30.
Yeah.
It's like, no, that's not good.
Nope. Because you can get pulled over for going too slow, just like you can going too fast. But like the old stuff that I used to smoke was nothing like this stuff that I got from the dispensary, man. That stuff is potent, the dispensary stuff.
Stuff we had when we were teenagers.
Yeah, when we were teenagers, I mean, that stuff.
There's a lot of what you'd call the Mexican dirt weed.
Yep.
So came up to
Yeah.
Michigan and stuff. And it's like, you roll a big fat joint up, smoke it by yourself. And while you were smoking it, you had a buzz. But 20 minutes later, it's like, it was gone. You know, and say, oh, let's smoke another one. And your buddy, or you smoke with your buddies, and you high while you were smoking it. But nothing like taking a couple hits and
Mm-hmm. And then being done for.
being in another world.
Yep. being unable to function. just you're just there.
Vegetated,
Yep.
vegetated state.
Exactly. Baked to hell.
Yeah, when I was in my 30s and stuff, I'd come home from work and get like that sometimes and drink a few beers and smoke when a buddy. I had a lot of buddies when I had beer and weed at the house. Stopped having a. quit
It's
drinking
funny. It's
for
funny.
years. I realized I didn't have near as many friends when I quit drinking. I'd get a 12-pack on the way home from work. And I'd be like, put that in a brown paper bag for me. He's like, what? I said, yeah, if my neighbor sees it, he'll be over.
It's funny.
He'll be over and try to drink 7 of them.
That's what my grandparents, when I was growing up, they used to drink that Schlitz Light. And I was like, why do you guys drink Schlitz Light? And they were like, because nobody ever wants one when we offer it to them. He's like, well, I'm tired. He said, I'm tired of buying other people beer.
That's how I got for a while. You know, when you're younger, there, your income wasn't as good, and it's like you wanted to have something for yourself. And I had a buddy who wanted to go in on a case, and I would do it sometimes with him, but he'd drink 16 or more of them and just like pound them one after another, one after another, one after another. And I'm, you know, maybe the first one I put down it pretty good, but then after that, I like to sip on them. And I'm gonna take my 12 and put them in the fridge and get them from there. We'll put yours in the cooler. He's like, what? I said, I'll drink 6 of them tonight. I'll have 6 for tomorrow. If I drink 6 tonight, you'll drink the other 18.
Wahoo! Wahoo! It's a barracuda.
Yeah, big barracuda. Wonder if number 2 quit fishing. She usually fishes longer than I do at night, but I was like, lots of times I'm done by 6, 7 o'clock in the evening, and I'll turn the TV on instead. Relax, you know, or get a shower, go to bed. A lot of times, if I look at the scoreboard, I'll take a picture of it in the lodge.
Yep, I do that.
And I'll look at it in the morning. It's like, oh, they put another 1,000 points on after I went to bed. I must have fished another 2 to 2.5 hours, depending on where we're fishing. So I have a surprise for you. Hey, come back up and fish. Going on 4 more hours. The last couple haven't been as productive. When you fish by yourself, I get that 5 an hour. I probably get 4 an hour. Probably put about 1,800 on since 9 o'clock.
Wow.
18, maybe 19. Did take a picture, so check it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do that too. In the morning, I'll take a picture, or either the night before, I'll take that picture where I finished or where, so I know where I'm starting. I can compare what I put on, what they put on, because you don't have the meta scoreboard anymore. So.
You know, I wonder if we should start putting that in docs. Taking a picture, posting in the docs, like, you know, every couple hours or so. That way, If you're fishing, you don't have to leave. You can just go take a look at the picture on the group.
It would work for the top 10 people,
Well, yeah.
not for the rest. If you weren't in top 10 and you were trying to move up, you wouldn't be able to.
Well, you can go.
Well, you could see.
You
where
could do
they
like
were,
top
but
100.
You wouldn't know where you were.
You,
What's that?
You could do top 100. You just have to take multiple pictures and just maybe put them in order.
Yeah.
I mean, so that's what I did. Like, so I was doing it in a video, and so I would take a picture of the top 100, and then I was watching like I actually went to like 110, just so I could see, hey, who's trying to get into the top 100 towards the end of the month last month. That's what I was doing, and then
Yeah, there's always a scramble there too to get the gloves. Maybe more so there than to get a medal. People want them gloves, even if they're ugly.
do you get the same gloves
Some
if you
months
do
are
saltwater or freshwater?
Yes, one pair, because a lot of people's like, hey, I did top 100s, fresh and salt both. I only got one pair of gloves, and that's all you get.
Yeah, but still, it's pretty, because like so I made a video going through the top 10 right at the end of the month last month, and it was pretty cool to see those that were in both fresh and saltwater top 100. Some were pretty close to the top 10 in both. I don't think anybody made the top 10 in both. I have heard of people making the top 10 in both. Somebody told me that there's somebody, or maybe even more than one person, that has more than one account so that they can get, because you only get medal for the one that you do score higher
Oh,
in,
yeah,
right?
JY will do that. JY Bale.
Okay.
He got 2 accounts, and he'll try to get them each a medal some months. Now, I did top 10, both fresh and salt, two times. You only get 1 medal. And the first time I did it with that Dustin Spencer and Fruit the Fish. He's Mr. Singfield now, but we were joking about, because we run first and second one month, and for the lead we had over third, it's like, and looked at where 9th and 10th were, so we could have done them both if we would have split the points of the following month. We did it. We did first and second and 9th and 10th, but actually he moved up to 8th, and I stayed at first and 9th, and Dustin started fishing. Well, he was fishing the opposite one, so he had 3rd and 10th, 3rd and salt and 10th and fresh, and I had 1st and fresh and 9th in salt, something like that. So, but you only get only 2 months, and the 1 month I did 135 in fresh and 65 in salt, 200,000 points. That's too much.
Yeah, that's a lot. That is a ton.
That was the second time. The first time, I don't think we put maybe 180 on to get both of them.
That's still a lot of points. I mean, that
It's
is
wintertime when it's cold too.
that is
so.
cruising.
But it was pretty much the 3 of us hanging out the entire time fishing. So
Well, that makes-
when you got people to fish with, the time goes by great. You're joking, laughing, having fun.
That is true.
We got to a point where we were harassing the kids coming in instead of them harassing us. Say, it's time to get even, you know. Come in our room after Halloween when we had them pumpkin heads with the flaming eyes from the year before. They come in our room like, get out of my room. Get, go.
That's funny.
Harassing right out of the room. And they were the obnoxious ones that probably deserved it anyway. All the stuff I put up with them. One almost disappeared completely, like all of them, or swirls. Like 5 or 6 of them. Everyone disappears after I catch a fish, or after I let the fish go.
Oh, that's
I
crazy.
get the cast out even. I was like, stop it. I'm not moving that slow yet.
Ah.
Yeah, I hate that not being able to look at the meta scoreboard too. I like to see.
Yeah. That was
how
really
productive
nice
I'm being.
to be able to just do that.
I guess they did away because it did achievements and scoreboards for every meta game there is. It's like if it was just fishing, it would have been easy to probably get paid to keep it up. I know a few other games I played, I'd see the achievements for them, but they were ones I didn't even care about. Had the achievements or not, or
Yeah, it'd be nice if the developers could give us an API to just query the leaderboard score. Like, and we could set it up.
they pretty much have everything for it already because it's in your lodge and it updates
Mm-hmm. No, they just have to open an API that we would
real time.
We could
so
just-
you can see it in.
hit with some server, and it would download the scores, and then we could update them periodically. Well, you know, we wouldn't want to kill their server with pulling data, but and I mean, the leaderboard should not be that much data anyway. So
I was gonna say it's already doing it in the lodge. It seems like you should be able to see it or access it from here.
well, you know,
Somehow
I
it
don't
wouldn't-
know where their
I mean,
servers
I don't
are,
know.
and if they have permissions issues. You know, like you have a lot of security stuff, so they probably don't have an API open for other people. But what I'm thinking is they probably do, because that's how Meta would have been getting the scores. So whether or not they would open it to like users or something. I mean, I guess I could send a
Because-
note.
Real VR Fishing already has all that data
Hmm. No, they do. I mean, they're
You
the
know,
ones that are tracking it.
compiled in real time. As I don't know why Real VR Fishing can't let you access it while you're in the room rather than in your lodge. I mean, I don't.
Oh, they would just have to build they would just have to build an interface to do it, yeah. Or just add something, you know, in game.
That was the word I was trying to think of.
Interface?
Yeah, because that's what they have in your fish guide. They messed the interface up with the new fish again because like in the last one, the European sea bass
Uh-huh.
says he's 40-something inches, but you hold him up in front of you, he's like 20-something inches. They have they use the same interface, but just switch the fish on it, the names, and the way they look. And like now the pink salmon,
Uh-huh.
he's 20-something inches, but he looks like he's 48 inches when you got him hanging up there in front of you.
Yes, he does.
And he catches as a large fish, but they've got the measurements as him as a small fish.
Or medium fish, at least. And the same thing
Oh
with
yeah, medium. I mean,
the same thing with the other one. So there's one that's bigger. You know, it shows it's considered a medium fish, but numbers wise, it's
inches
actually
long.
longer.
Sculpin.
Yeah, the sculpin, yeah.
yeah, he should have been a small fish, but I think they use that same interface
Mm-hmm.
and just change the name of the fish and put the picture of the new fish in there, but then they leave them as a large or like the bream fry was
Right.
in when Europe.
Oh,
came
is
out.
that what happened to the bream fry?
He was
Because he was hard to
30,
bring in.
30 inches long, and he fought like a shark coming in.
He did. I mean, it was like, and then you see this guy jump out of the water, and it's like, wait, I have a fish on there?
Where'd my bait was bigger than that.
Right.
Yeah.
Again,
Yeah.
I just caught that mako and I didn't check the structure of the day. I don't think it was big anyway.
If you targeted that bream fry on normal, he came up as a large fish too. You know, in the size.
Oh, that's funny.
And now he comes up as a small. They got it corrected. They said that sculpin. People had one. There were 5 people up there that had 17-inch ones, where he's 4-inch. They took those 17-inch ones off that leaderboard,
Really?
so they can correct the bream fry. They never corrected. And in here, the rooster. You know, if you look at a rooster, biggest you'll gets a 66, but the leaderboard says 168 inches for him.
Wow.
So they probably had the same issue in the beginning then,
Yep.
and then corrected it, but they didn't correct it later. Unless it was only 5 of them on there, they caught it in time to, where it wouldn't have been too hard to, not too many people had caught them to adjust it. So if any of them people caught, any of them 5 people that caught that 17-inch one took a picture, that's going to be the only proof that they ever had it. But you won't be able to verify it from the leaderboard. There was a guy that bream fry, if you look at it in centimeters, they're like 77 point something centimeters on the wrong size ones. The guy caught one and he put it on the Facebook page because his was 7.77 something centimeters. He says, I think the decimal point's in the wrong place on mine, and he took a picture of it to the leaderboard where the other ones are, you know, where your 30-inch ones, where his would have been, 2.5.
It's supposed to be a PB or something. This
And they're
guy's
like, we'll
fighting
pass
to
it
the
along
end.
to the team, see if they can fix that. It's like, he thought he got gypped on the size of his.
And he's still jumping. There we go. Nope, not a PB.
Fish with that Greg Tucker some. He's in top 10. He said, it's the only second time I've ever tried to get in the top 10 and I get sent to the hospital for a heart problem. For who knows how long. He said, that's life.
Mm.
If you're having heart problems, you don't want to be doing
Leaderboard.
top 10.
Yeah. Yeah. All those hours
Yeah, I
and
was just going to...
all the stress.
I didn't ever even open my browser when it came on. I wait for it to open up. Usually I open it before I come in the game. I was gonna look at the docs one there.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you said it was Opa, but
Oh, yeah, Opa.
I don't
Yep.
need to look at it. I don't need to look at it then.
So it's about 1:30. I'm getting tired. I'm gonna go try and catch a couple of those Opa, see if I can get anywhere near.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I'm about ready to head back to bed. I was gonna check my points and see where I'm at and see if I'm gonna do anything else or not.
All right, man. Nice talking with you. Have a good night.
Same here, man. Have a good one. It's good fishing.
Yeah,
with you.
good fishing with you too. Enjoyed it. Let's see if we can catch a couple of the Opa, or what you call it? Let's see. So yeah, we were nowhere near that fish of the day. Opa. I don't see any comments yet. One comment. Opa 69,536. What's the other one? European asp. I don't know where the. Let's see where the European asp is. I assume it's in Europe. You know what? I can look here. Netherlands too. European asp. Top bait, krill, shiner, bottom. Krill, shiner. Not bottom. Krill, shiner, crankbait. Is he the only one on the bottom that likes soft bait? That one likes soft bait. That one likes soft bait. That likes soft bait. No. Oh, soft bait. We'll just check soft bait. Bottom. Large fish. Maybe it's only large at the bottom that likes soft bait. Maybe not. European asp. 24154. What did we say it was? See how close we are. 24154. No, I'm not going to turn that in. 24154. Write this down. 3708. We get something closer to that. I'm not going to turn it 24. It doesn't like any of the fast sinking. It's takes the minnow a little bit. See how long it takes it to get the minnow. Because the fact that it likes the soft bait, I need to cast for that. thought he broke off there. 8797. I might turn that in. Still don't think it's. But it might be worth a photo. Oh, I can't take a photo. Oh, I can. It let me take a photo now. You'll look at the photo. Where is it? Come on. Alright, guys. I think it's bedtime for me. I'm pretty tired. Have a good night.
Cast a line, the water's fine. Adventure calls in every shine. Think 'em, let's set sail. We'll be our fishing, never fail. Catch a big one, reel it in. In this world we're bound to win. Fish are jumping, skies are blue. In our boat, it's just us two. Think 'em, time to play. Reel them in and seize the day. Every catch a new surprise. Adventures right before our eyes. Underneath the surface deep, secrets of the